What's up, viewers? I'm Fleshmonk, and I am Asian American. Specifically, Chinese American. Cue the gongs! So, Marvel is making this Shang Chi movie, which is going to be their big tentpole Asian diversity movie, I guess. And people are happy about it, or at least anticipating it. And me being the huge Marvel fan I am, and also being Asian, I am not particularly excited. And why? Man, why does the first Asian superhero have to be good at Kung Fu? It's just based off of stereotypes of the whole culture. Like, his whole thing is he's so good at Kung Fu that he can manipulate his chi. I'm so glad that this dude who's gonna represent the culture is just going to be accompanied by Kung Fu fighting and gongs and shit. Why couldn't we have another hero be turned Asian? Alright, because race-bending characters Russell's Jimmys. Or come on, why couldn't we have a new hero built from scratch? And don't say it as if these characters are popular or have a built-in fanbase. You could have said that about heroes up until Shang Chi or the Eternals. You guys are hating heroes that, to the mainstream audience, you might as well have made up. And you know what? I'ma pull a Dora. Name a Shang Chi villain. See, there's nothing. The only reason Marvel pulls Shang-Chi is because, hey man, they don't have any other Asian characters. They got Amadeus Cho, and his main trait is he's smart, and he eventually becomes the Hulk. And they have Miss Marvel, who they can't really do because Captain Marvel is barely a thing yet. So for the two main Asian dudes in the Marvel roster for now, I guess we have Asian who knows Kung Fu, and Asian dude who's smart. And neither are okay. It doesn't help that a lot of Marvel's Asian characters are legacies or related to other characters like Silk and Miss Marvel. But you may be saying, hey Fleshmonk, but at least you're being represented, right? And to that, I present my haphazardly made phases of representation in media, which I think can apply to most minorities. First stage is tokenism, aka, hey look, we got a minority person to be in the movie, look at them, they barely do anything, but hey, we checked off the diversity quota, so we are A-okay. Examples will include 21, we got 2 Asian people, that's more than usual, except the story was originally about a group of Asian kids. We also got Cyborg on the Justice League, and we got T-Dog in The Walking Dead, may he rest in peace. Phase 2 is stereotypes, yay! Examples like, hey, I'm Chinese and I'm good at math, or hey, I'm Chinese and I'm good at Kung Fu. You got dragon ladies, you got Long Duck Dong in 16 Candles, and you got Breakfast at Tiffany's. That guy, look at him, come on, you're not even trying. And and there's a superhero named Katana, and she's Japanese, you get it? Because she's Katana, her outfit's the flag of Japan. Phase 3 is an actual character who's still based around a stereotype. So this is a little bit better. You got like Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat because his thing is he's Shaolin, he does Bruce Lee stuff. You got Jake Long, Juniper Lee, and Jackie Chan. They're Asian, so I guess they gotta have a connection to Asian mysticism, am I right? And that's what I'm afraid Shang-Chi will be if he's not handled correctly. I don't need another minority character that exists solely because of their cultural traits. It's not like I'm saying I don't want a minority's culture to be a thing, I just don't want it to be a character's main thing. I want to move on to the next phase. The lauded final phase, where we can just be on TV and not have to fucking say "Ayah" when things go wrong.
Why is Cornell black now?
Okay, hold the fuck up.
That's a good question.
Like, why you make them black? Why can't have anything, man? No, don't clap. Hold on. How many fucking black cartoon characters is it on TV right now? I name 5. I'll give you time.
Cartoon characters? Wait, cartoon characters or characters in general?
Cartoon.
I only know like
It is
Cleveland
none.
and his family
It is
tree.
none. They canceled Static Shock. Nobody remember Fillmore. Like, we don't got shit. So I said, fuck that. We about to make this black, and he ain't got no guns, he ain't shoot no fucking basketball, and he a fucking goober, and we gonna put him on TV. And he's the lead character. He ain't the comic relief, he ain't the sidekick, he the lead.
Look at the shit that the studio did to Hitch. Will Smith said, there's sort of an accepted myth that if you have 2 black actors, a male and a female, in the lead of a romantic comedy, that people around the world don't want to see it. We spent 50-something million making this movie, and the studio would think that was tough on their investment. So the idea of a black actor and a white actress comes up, that'll work around the world, but it's a problem in the US. That's the problem! Thank God we even have people on this stage, on this phase, proving that having a lead or two not be white doesn't make it an only that method of diversity show. Examples include Master of None, Glenn on The Walking Dead, Fresh Off the Boat, and Sandra Oh on Grey's Anatomy and Killing Eve. This is what I think the future of representation is, just the faces. It pushes a message that I think is even more important than what we have now, which is that minorities are people, normal people. We don't need to be justified to appear on screen. If a superhero is Asian, they shouldn't have to be good at kung fu or good at math. If your superhero is a woman, they shouldn't have to do exclusively woman things to be on screen. And we're not there yet, unfortunately. There's still controversy, and still claims of diversity being diversity for diversity's sake. That's the point. People want to see themselves on screen. That's why Crazy Rich Asians made mad money. That's why Black Panther made so much money. That's why Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman killed at the box office. That's why The Rock and Jason Momoa are putting the haka in everything that they do. These people shouldn't have to prove themselves to have a unique story in order to have their stories told. We don't blink an eye if an all-male group of heroes is on screen, but if it's all female, we say, "Hey, why do we need that? Oh." It sucks that there's still whitewashing because of cultural studio concerns, like Aloha, Ghost in the Shell, Doctor Strange, and Akira have controversies because they're whitewashing these stories. And the last movie isn't even out yet. Also, small note, The Great Wall isn't an example of whitewashing because the movie is made by Chinese people for Chinese people. Chinese people just love Matt Damon, I guess. And this stuff happens so much that it's a miracle Crazy Rich Asians was made. And thank God for that, because this media diversity drought comes from business decisions. Without any evidence that diversity sells, there'd be a lot less diversity. This shit is so rampant, we're desperate for Asian faces. We even wanted Iron Fist to be Asian because, hey, if he's a problematic example of the white savior trope, we might as well make him a stereotype instead. Because that's marginally better? Also, not to mention, the group of Asian people includes a lot of people. In terms of countries, we got China, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Japan, the Philippines, Vietnam, Turkey, Iran, Thailand, Myanmar, South Korea, Iraq, and the list goes on and on for 48 different countries. And then that doesn't even include those races, but also in America, because those are also different cultural experiences. But that don't matter, because in media, we'll take what we can get. So all Asian roles go to all Asians. If you're Korean, yeah, I guess you can be a samurai. If you're part Chinese and part Italian, yeah, I guess you can be Indian. It's like, yeah, this is going to be a movie with an Asian American lead or an Asian lead, but what are you going to do with Shang Chi? Is he going to be Chinese? Chinese American? Because those are two different things. When movies blatantly put in Chinese national characters just to try and get the China box office, does that intrigue me? A Chinese American? No! Asian America is a group that has some common experiences, but we don't share all of those with Asian people from Asian countries. We are different, and that means that making a Chinese American character is vastly different than making a Chinese character. So if Shang-Chi is Chinese, that means maybe he doesn't deal with the issues of being around people mostly not your culture, the struggle of being raised by immigrant parents, microaggressions, and other forms of racism. Not to say that he wouldn't have issues of his own, but to say that he wouldn't have Asian American issues. And yeah, maybe prior to 2018 it's like, yeah, I guess I might have to enjoy this for the culture, but after Crazy Rich Asians, now I feel like I can be greedy. Give me an MCU version of Late Night with Mindy Kaling. Give me an MCU version of Selfie or Searching. Give me Asian American characters whose whole shtick isn't that they're Asian. Give me more people like Quake, like the Black Power Ranger and Power Rangers, like Kumail Nanjiani and the Big Sick, like Nico and the Runaways. I'm thirsty for more Asian American representation. So yeah, if you ask me if I'm excited for Shang-Chi, I guess I am. I mean, better something than nothing, right? I gotta see it for the culture. I just hope one day we'll no longer have to settle. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay cool, and as always, stay fleshy. By the way, I just want to let you know that whenever I say stay fleshy, I'm also dabbing. So just have that mental image in your mind.